What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be playing a Naya Auras deck. Oh, and I think it's somewhere down here towards the bottom. Maybe? Oh, there it is. In the middle of the stack. This deck's pretty interesting. I've won I think 2 so far with it, lost 1. Just whipped it up today. I was actually going to do a mono white Auras deck, and I got to playing around with it, and I decided I liked this a little bit better, so this is what we're going to play, and we will play this in the Cascade event as well. We'll probably do 2 in Cascade and 2 in regulars, so get a good feel for it. Just real quick look over the cards. Helm the Host and Shalai is actually a really cool and fun combination. And it's really quite, it's a really great way to make sure this deck sort of stays alive with all your creatures and all that. Because obviously one Shalai can be taken out, but 2 of them cannot. And Helm of the Host sort of allows you to play multiple legendaries, or rather have multiple legendaries on the field. So really good benefit from Helm of the Host there. And so yeah, we'll just get right into it. Actually really been enjoying this Cascade event. Just got out of a set of them where I went 5-1 with the Merfolk aggro deck that I showed off probably a couple weeks ago now. But yeah, obviously that deck worked very well in this game mode. Has a bunch of 2 and 1 cost cards. You play the 2 cost, play the 1 as well with it, and it just works out really well. Most aggro decks actually in this game mode tend to work out pretty well, so maybe we'll still be able to get up underneath some of our opponents and get some cards out. Not thrilled about this opening hand, but we will keep it nonetheless. A little bit happier that we drew the land, honestly. So we'll play the fire first, the mountain, and probably get out Champion of Flame right away. Runaway Steamkin, that makes me worry. And a gain 2. Oh no. As I said, there are a whole lot of aggro decks in this game mode, so if you're going to play it, definitely beware. We'll go ahead and play Champion of Flame. I don't know if we have any 1 cost cards. Oh, we do, Short Sword. Okay, and that actually works really well with Champion of Flame as well. We can equip it, it gives him +1, and then he gets +2/+2 for being equipped, so it's basically +3/+3, making him a 4/4 with trample, which is really good actually. And there goes the lightning strike. That is the downside to our opponent playing Boros aggro instead of some other kind of aggro, be it blue or even green ramp, is that he has lightning strikes, and a lot of our creatures tend to start out with less health than would be preferred. I think we play our enchanter here. And we'll get another Champion of Flame out, so that's actually alright. And I'm thinking next turn we get out Paragon, Danitha, Capashen. Another runaway Steamkin is unfortunate. Ooh. Yep, there goes our second Champion of Flame. Boros aggro is really annoying, gotta say. So you gonna buff his Tajik? Nope. Another runaway Steamkin. Oh no, wait, he still can even with that. Yeah. Then he can attack and give Mentor to whoever he so chooses, probably the Steamkin. Unfortunately, this one's looking like a loss. We play Capashen. She does have first strike and life length. I mean, it's our only way of staying in this game. There's a Novice Knight as well to defend with. That's actually kind of nice of us to draw that. And Short Sword becomes 0 because it only costs 1 of any color mana, so it doesn't actually require anything specific. Since it costs 1 less, thanks to Capashen, we can play it for free. So, I mean, we could attack, but he's just gonna let it go through. So I think it's actually better if we don't attack and save him to defend, just in case we absolutely need him. Haste and Mentor. That's really bad. And 4-2 at that, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, 4-2. Ooh, that might be game. Actually, yeah, that is game. So we'll go ahead and concede so we don't have to run through this guy's whole long attack phase. But with only 2 attackers and that much, or with only 2 defenders and that much attack coming at us, it's definitely not going to be a win. So, as I said, if you come to play this game mode, definitely beware of the aggro. Alright, so we'll hop into our second Cascade event, see if maybe we can get up against a reasonable guy. Got something on my screen here, I'm trying to wipe it off. Alrighty. Well, there's our Shalai Helm of the Host combo. Glaive is okay, Urban Utopia is okay, but we don't have enough to actually cast Shalai. We'll get the card draw from Urban Utopia. Thinking we should draw at least 1 mana, then we can play Shalai and Helm of the Host. Oh. I was about to say, whoa, can't play that quite yet, but yeah, and then 2 more mana we can equip Helm. 1 more we can play Shalai. There's Valduk. It's gonna be 2 turns before we can equip him. There's a Novice Knight. Alright. That's actually alright. Gives him a creature to focus on to destroy. That would work well with Glaive. And we can see if he has any removal early. Might have a counter actually. No? No counter. Thank goodness. I was actually really worried about a counter there. But as long as we have 1 equipment, we can sort of shift it around to whoever we may need it on. Although the fact that he didn't do anything there makes me wonder if he has a counter in line for the future. Looks like it is a mono blue deck though. Either that or he's getting extremely unlucky with his other colors. Might be the case since he's not really playing anything either, or he might just have a hell of a lot of counters. Either way. Yeah, we gotta try for it at some point. See if he has a counter in mind. Probably. No counter. Nice. All that time wasted on a disperse of all things. dead weight. Thank goodness he played that before Valduk came out. And he played it on a creature that returns to our hand. So, not the smartest play on his end. Maybe he should have waited for that combination. But, either way, I guess, better for us. Favorable wins. Maybe he's going for like a Tempest Djinn deck? I don't know. Not quite sure. This guy's playing a little shady. Not quite sure how I feel about it. We can play the Novice Knight and equip this, or we can play the Frenzied Rage and play Urban Utopia, which I think is what we do so we can get the card draw. Free short sword's fine there. Actually, I think we play the other Novice Knight now that we did get the short sword and equip the short sword to Valduk. That's already what? 6, 18, no, 12 damage, sorry, not 18. Math got a little bit exuberant there. So, that's lethal next turn if he doesn't come up with something. And honestly, lethal on what, turn 4, turn 5? Okay, Water Knot's alright. Although we can Conclave Tribunal the Water Knot, and he's still going to create the 2 3/3s, so... still didn't save him. He only has 1 mana left. I think that's a game. Should be. Okay, he has 2 mana. And he just equipped us with another thing. He really didn't think that out, huh? Alright, good game there. So we won 1, lost 1. We got a much better draw actually on this one. Better draw with the Cascades and better draws just in general. Our opponent not exactly being able to answer our deck there. So now we'll go play 2 in the regular so you guys can sort of see how it plays out in standard ladder. Yeah, it's actually a really fun deck if your opponent doesn't just instantly nuke your poor little weak creatures immediately. You could also always wait for turn 4 or 5 and just sort of play your creatures and play the equipment. But problem with that is if you're facing up against an aggro, you really can't afford to lose the health. So we'll keep this deck. This hand, sorry, not this deck. Cool thing about Luminous Bonds is it is an enchantment, so Danitha does actually subtract. And I fully expect him to probably wipe out one of them, but hopefully not both. Ooh. Yeah, especially with us going up against the red deck. I'll go ahead and play the short sword. We only have 3 in the deck, so the fact that we drew all 3 of them within our starter hand and our first, what, 2 draws? 3 draws? It's pretty... There's the Shivan Fire. Okay, so there's 1 gone. Let's see how many counter spells he has. There's a Gutter Snipe. Unfortunately, Luminous Bond doesn't really help us out there. There's another one for him. fire. This guy's probably gonna be pissed that I had 3 of them in hand, but you know, I'm kind of pissed that I had 3 of them in hand, because if he shocks this one out, if he lightning strikes this one, that's it. Oh, thank goodness. And we are going to Conclave Tribunal his Gutter Snipe. Things are looking a little bit better. We're still not quite in the health range where he's going to have to spend all that much. I mean, 2 shocks and... okay. Well, surrendered. Maybe his deck just wasn't in order. Nonetheless, cool little rank up there. We'll go on to our second match for regular standard. Ladders, whatever you want to call it. You guys know what I'm saying. Just a regular play, single match. And I absolutely hate this starter hand. Not too much better, but I suppose we can keep it. I go first as well, kind of spoiling us going first, or soiling. Alright, that at least allows us to play everything. So turn 2 we'll play Glaive, turn 3 Valduk, and then hopefully turn 4 equip him for a lot of damages. See a blue-green, it could be Merfolk. Usually like 7 or 8 times out of 10 if you're dealing with blue-green it is indeed Merfolk. Yep, there's a River Sneak. That's actually alright. We're going up against a Merfolk. I want the damage early. We actually don't have any gates right yet, so he won't get any of the +1s, but he will get Vigilance and Menace, which is still very nice. Excuse me and my cough. Let's see, usually on turn 3, Merfolk decks can play at least 2 cards. And no need to really Conclave Tribunal his River Sneak yet. We want to wait and see what the focus of his deck is. Deep Root Elite. That's a much better card to Conclave Tribunal. And a Jade Bear. That's really unfortunate because his River Sneak's probably about to get really strong. We can Luminous Bonds the River Sneak though. Okay. I think we still equip the Glaive. Actually, I take it back. We're gonna go and play a Capashen. Not gonna attack. Oh, actually I should have attacked there. He wasn't gonna use his Deep Root Elite. Yeah. So that was a misplay. Should have definitely attacked. either way, next turn we'll use Luminous Bonds on River Sneak, and hopefully if we draw a land, we will equip our Valduk. Jade Lot Ranger. And Communist Speaker. We're gonna be down to 10, but that's alright. Guild Gate. So not a land we can use this turn. He won't have lethal this turn, but it's not looking good for us. I feel like I may have played cards out of order there. Maybe I should have played the Luminous Bonds first. We'll see. See how it plays out. I definitely played a little bit riskier, not playing the Luminous Bonds early, or the Conclave Tribunal, or any of that. But I feel like for efficiency's sake, okay. So he can attack again. That's unfortunate. However, next turn we can at least equip and play the Luminous Bonds. So 6 damage is not looking good for us. Okay. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with thinning out his herd a little bit. Unfortunately, he can attack with Jade Lot Ranger this turn and press our Valduk, which we probably will give up. Ooh. He still doesn't have lethal, but that is unfortunate. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of Danitha here. This is slightly annoying having to assign out our mana, but I guess it'll work. I think we exile the Jade Lot Ranger, honestly. Oh wow. He's actually choosing to block it. I would not figure that. I feel like he could have had lethal next turn in some way, shape, or form had he not. Either way, I won't argue it. Maybe we can come back into this game. Being a little bit quieter because I'm trying to pull out a victory from this. Sitting at 4 health, and Merfolk decks, the thing with them is they're not too not too great once they get past their little rush phase. But we are gonna have to top deck some good shit. We'll see. Gumina's gonna be a bitch to deal with as well. We might just attack with our Valduk this next turn. Might just have to. Of course, if we can get another equipment, make them spawn another creature, that could definitely shift things. Put a little bit more pressure on them. Wonder what's taking them so long. Wow. Okay, normally you don't want to go ahead and tap all your merfolk. You want to wait until your opponent makes their move, or you see what their your opponent is at least planning on doing. We're gonna Luminous Bonds the Kumina. That'll take care of him. And we'll go ahead and attack him for 9. That's actually not a bad turn for us at all. So we can only attack with 2 creatures, both of which we outmatch. Unfortunately, he does have 3 cards in hand. Tempest Caller's not good. He can deal 3, 4. Ooh, that's lethal. It's shitty, but that's lethal. Let's see how long it takes for him to figure it out. There it goes. Yeah, so 3, 4. Good game. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull that one out, but for going up against a Merfolk aggro, I feel like we actually held our own pretty well there. Alrighty, so thanks for watching, and go back over the deck one more time, talk about some of the, there it is, some of the synergies. Champion of Flame, obviously really great in any aura deck. As long as it's equipped, it gets +2/+2. So obviously it's already getting the buffs from whatever aura you're equipping, as well as its own sort of built-in passive buff. Novice Knight is just really good turn 1 play, good defender, and since you already have so many equips and enchantments and all that, obviously it blends in very well. Short Sword's very cheap, as you guys saw. Frenzied Rage, giving a creature menace makes it really difficult to block, as they have to block it with 2 creatures. So Urban Utopia, it sort of helps with this deck even out the mana in case you need mana of one kind and you don't necessarily have it, as well as drawing cards. You could probably sub this out for some more aura based things, but I like to have card draw, you guys know that, and I like for my decks to be able to work, if that makes sense. I don't want to draw a red card and not be able to play it. So Glaive of the Guild pack, actually really good considering we're running what, 7 gates, so the +1 on it actually works, and the Vigilance and Menace is actually really good as well, and costing 1 less thanks to Danitha makes it even better. Obviously she's almost a must in any aura or equipment deck, as well as Satyr Enchantment for the card draw. Gift of Paradise is kind of like Urban Utopia, costs a little bit more, but it adds 2 mana of any one color, so really helps you to cast things like the Immortal Sun and Helm of the Host, Shalai. Even though this deck is a little bit cheaper in cost, still I want to be able to get everything out and play all of your equipment spells when you can. Anyways, down to Valduk. You guys saw sort of his strength with the 3/1 red elementals, and Conclave Tribunal is pretty much good removal in almost any white deck, and I choose to go with white removal over the red or the green here, because red is it's like Lightning Strikes, Lava Cools, which are good for early creatures, but say you get into a mid to late game, it's not really good. Conclave Tribunal, however, really good for the most part throughout the game. Of course, Shalai to defend your creatures from whatever shenanigans your opponents might pull. Helm of the Host, I'm just really enjoying the card, so maybe that's why I'm adding it into so many decks, but I feel like it works really good in this deck. Costs 1 less thanks to Danitha, and 1 less thanks to the Immortal Sun. The Immortal Sun makes all your cards cost 1 less as well, so just making your deck that much easier to get everything out. The one thing I would say about this deck is I think it needs a little bit more card draw, and I'm not quite sure where to sort of find it or implement it in at. Nonetheless, got 3 Memorial to Glories, as you can sacrifice it and create 2 1/1 White Soldier tokens. This is just if you run out of creatures, as we are running, what, 14? Yeah, don't have any creatures, need some on the board to enchant or equip, whatever it may be. You can sacrifice your land and get some out. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, and comment in the comment section, of course, if you guys want to say anything, deck suggestions, ideas, any of that good stuff. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.